Let's begin at the very beginning, with a quiet miracle happening inside a mother dog. For about 63 to 65 days, she carries her puppies within her, a gestation period that passes in gentle rhythm. During this time, tiny lives are forming in the warm darkness, growing from the smallest sparks into complete little beings, each one preparing for the moment they'll enter the world. And then, that moment arrives. The puppies are born, one by one, slipping into a world they cannot yet see or hear. They arrive blind, their eyes sealed shut. They are deaf, their ear canals closed. They have no teeth yet, just soft pink gums. And perhaps most remarkably, they cannot even control their own body temperature. They are among the most vulnerable creatures in nature in these first hours, completely dependent on the warmth and care around them. In those earliest days after birth, something beautiful happens. The puppies spend over 90% of their time sleeping. Can you imagine? Nearly all day and all night they drift in and out of dreams, their tiny bodies growing with each breath, each heartbeat. Sleep is their world. Sleep is how they grow stronger. It's during this deep rest that their bodies develop, that their nervous systems slowly wake up to the world around them. When they are awake, these newborn puppies rely on just two senses, touch and warmth. They cannot see their mother's face, they cannot hear her gentle movements, but they can feel her nearness, sense the warmth of her body, and that is everything. To communicate their needs, they make the softest of sounds. Tiny squeaks, delicate and fleeting, like whispers in the dark. These small cries tell their mother when they're hungry, when they're cold, when they need her close. The mother dog has her own vital role in these early days. She licks her puppies constantly, and this isn't just affection, though it certainly is that too. Her licking actually stimulates their breathing, helping their little lungs expand and contract. It encourages circulation, getting blood flowing through their small bodies. It even aids their digestion, helping their systems begin to function properly. She is not just caring for them, she is quite literally helping them come alive. And when she steps away, even for a moment, the puppies have an instinct that helps them survive. They pile together, tumbling over one another, pressing close in a warm, breathing heap. The puppies in the center of this little pile stay the warmest, protected by their siblings on all sides. It's an ancient instinct, this gathering together, this seeking of shared warmth. And it works beautifully. The first day's survival mode. Now let's watch these tiny creatures begin to move through their new world. They cannot yet walk, but they do something remarkable nonetheless. Using their front legs, they crawl forward, pulling themselves along. Their back legs push behind them, helping propel their small bodies across short distances. It's an awkward, determined motion, but it's enough. It's enough to find their mother. It's enough to find food. It's enough to find warmth. And food? Food is nearly constant in these early days. The puppies nurse almost all the time, seeking out their mother's milk again and again. There's even a bit of competition among them. Often puppies will find a favorite nipple, one that seems to give milk more easily or abundantly, and they'll return to that same spot each time, nudging siblings aside if necessary. It's the first small lesson in persistence, in knowing what you need and seeking it out. With all this nourishment and sleep, growth happens quickly. A healthy puppy will usually double its birth weight within just the first week. Think about that for a moment. In 7 short days, they become twice as large as they were when they entered the world. It's a testament to the power of mother's milk, to the efficiency of those long hours of sleep, to the incredible resilience built into these small bodies. During this time, the puppy's senses begin to emerge, but not all at once. They can taste and feel first. These are the senses that help them find milk, that help them recognize comfort and safety. Smell develops next, allowing them to begin distinguishing their mother from others, to recognize the scent of home. Hearing follows, and finally, after about 2 weeks, their eyes begin to open. Vision is the last gift, arriving slowly, teaching them about light and shadow, about the faces that have been caring for them all along. These first days are about survival, yes, but they're also about trust, about the world being a place of warmth and milk and the sound of breathing all around. about safety in numbers, in closeness, in the steady presence of the one who brought them here. And so the journey begins, from darkness into light, from silence into sound, from complete dependence toward the earliest stirrings of independence. Awakening to the world, 2 to 4 weeks. And now, something magical begins to happen. Around 10 to 16 days old, the puppy's eyes start to open. Not all at once, but slowly, gradually, like curtains being drawn back to reveal the morning. First one eye, then the other. The world that has existed only as touch and warmth and the muffled rhythm of heartbeats suddenly has light. But this new vision is not sharp or clear. Everything is blurry at first, soft around the edges. The puppies don't see details yet, not the individual whiskers on their mother's face or the texture of the blanket beneath them. Instead, they see contrast, light and shadow, the dark shape of their mother moving against a brighter background, the outline of a sibling nearby. It's enough, though. It's a beginning, a whole new way of understanding the space around them. Around this same time, their ears begin to open too, and suddenly the silent world fills with sound. At first, everything is startling. A sudden noise, a loud sound, makes them jump or freeze. They haven't yet learned what sounds matter, and what sounds are just part of the background hum of life. Every door closing, every voice, every footstep is important, urgent, worth noticing. With time, they'll learn to filter, to understand which sounds signal something meaningful and which can safely be ignored. But for now, everything is new and worth their attention. Inside their small bodies, life is moving at an incredible pace. Their hearts beat much faster than an adult dog's heart, pattering away like tiny drums. Their breathing comes quick and light. Everything in them is working overtime, fueling the rapid growth, the constant learning, the building of muscle and bone and brain. They are engines of development, burning bright and fast. And with these new senses comes new ability. The puppies begin to walk. Really walk, not just crawl. Their legs grow steadier beneath them. They discover they can wag their tails, those little flags of emotion beginning to wave back and forth. And they find their voices in a new way. They begin to bark. Small, high-pitched puppy barks, practicing the language they'll use for the rest of their lives. Discovery, play, and social rules, 3 to 8 weeks. Now the world truly opens up. The puppies start standing with more confidence, taking wobbly but determined steps. And then they discover play. Watch them tumble over each other, mouths open in play, paws batting at siblings, everything a game. This isn't just fun, though it certainly is that. Play is how they learn about their world, about their bodies, about each other. They begin exploring beyond the immediate nest, venturing out into the space around them. Each trip is an adventure, a mission into the unknown. As they explore, something remarkable happens in their minds. They're forming simple mental maps, learning that the water bowl is over there, that the soft bed is in that corner, that the door leads somewhere interesting. They're building an understanding of space, of geography, of home. During play, you might see a puppy drop into a particular position, front legs stretched forward, rear end up in the air, tail wagging. This is called a playbow, and it's a universal signal among dogs. It means, I'm friendly. This is just for fun. Let's play together. Even at this young age, puppies instinctively know how to communicate their peaceful intentions. Play sometimes gets rough, though. Puppies nip at each other with those sharp little baby teeth. And this is where they learn one of life's most important lessons: bite control. When a puppy bites too hard, a sibling yelps and stops playing. The mother might intervene with a gentle correction. Through this feedback, over and over again, puppies learn to moderate their strength, to use their mouths gently. It's practice for a lifetime of careful, controlled interaction. In these games and tussles, puppies naturally test social roles. One might climb over another, establishing a moment of dominance. Another might nudge a sibling aside to get to food first. These aren't permanent positions, not yet, but they're experiments in social behavior. trying out different ways of being in the group. And already, personalities emerge. Some puppies are bold, the first to explore a new space, the first to approach a stranger. Others are more cautious, preferring to watch first, to learn from their siblings' experiences before venturing out themselves. Neither approach is better than the other. Both are simply different ways of being in the world, different temperaments beginning to show themselves. The puppies are also watching and learning from the older dogs around them. They see how their mother responds to humans, how she moves through space, how she communicates, and they copy her. Imitation is one of their most powerful learning tools, a shortcut to understanding how the world works. Weaning and early independence, 4 to 8 weeks. Change comes again. The puppies grow baby teeth, small and sharp as needles. These teeth have a purpose beyond just looking adorable. They signal that it's time to start eating solid food. At first, perhaps it's softened kibble, or specially prepared puppy food, mushy and easy to manage. The puppies approach it curiously, sniffing, licking, making a bit of a mess as they figure out this new way of eating. Meanwhile, their mother's milk begins to decrease. It's a gradual shift, not sudden. She might spend less time nursing, or the milk itself might become less abundant. The puppies naturally begin to rely more on solid meals, turning to their food bowls more often, nursing less frequently. It's the beginning of independence, this ability to feed oneself. By about 8 weeks old, most puppies are fully weaned. They no longer need their mother's milk at all. And by this age, they are incredibly playful, full of energy and curiosity and the joy of being alive. They're still babies, of course, but they're babies with personality, with preferences, with individual ways of approaching the world. Around this time, you might notice their tail wagging takes on new meaning. Before, they wagged mostly during active play. Now, they start wagging in anticipation. They see you preparing their food, and the tail starts going. They hear your footsteps approaching, and the tail wags. They're learning that good things can be predicted, anticipated, hoped for. They're becoming creatures who look forward to the future, even if that future is just 30 seconds away. The socialization window, 3 weeks to 3 months. And now we come to one of the most critical periods in a puppy's entire life. Between about 3 weeks and 3 months of age, puppies enter what's called the socialization window. During this time, they are extraordinarily open to new experiences. Their brains are like sponges, soaking up information about what's safe, what's friendly, what's normal in the world. Positive exposure during this window shapes everything that comes after. A puppy who meets gentle humans learns that people are good. A puppy who encounters friendly dogs learns that other dogs can be companions. A puppy who experiences different environments, the park, the car, different surfaces underfoot, learns that the world is full of variety, and variety is nothing to fear. But this window is also delicate. Sometimes puppies go through what are called fear periods, sudden stretches where new things seem scary even if they wouldn't have before. Something that was fine yesterday might be frightening today. A friendly stranger might suddenly seem threatening. These fear periods are normal, a natural part of development, but how they're handled matters enormously. Gentle, calm exposure is the key. Not forcing a frightened puppy to confront something scary, but allowing them to observe from a distance, to approach at their own pace, to learn that the scary thing isn't actually dangerous. This patient approach helps prevent long-term fearfulness, helps build confidence that will last a lifetime. Everything that happens during these weeks echoes forward into the dog they'll become. The experiences they have now, the lessons they learn, the feelings of safety or fear, all of it is being written into who they are. And so the foundation is being laid, day by day, experience by experience, for the adult dog emerging from within this puppy. Juvenile growth and learning, up to 6 months. The months that follow are a time of tremendous growth. Puppyhood is marked by rapid changes almost week by week. The puppy grows taller, fills out, becomes sturdier. This is also a time of vaccinations and frequent visits to the veterinarian, protecting against diseases, ensuring healthy development, monitoring that growth with careful attention. And then, between 3 and 6 months, something both uncomfortable and necessary happens. The puppy begins to lose those baby teeth. One by one, they loosen and fall out, making way for adult teeth pushing up from beneath. You might find a tiny tooth on the floor, small as a grain of rice. The adult teeth that replace them are larger, stronger, built to last a lifetime. During this time, chewing increases dramatically. The puppy's jaws are strengthening, and those emerging adult teeth create discomfort that chewing helps to relieve. Shoes, furniture legs, toys, hands, everything becomes a potential target. It's not mischief exactly. It's a developmental need, a physical drive to work those jaws, to soothe that aching mouth. Training begins in earnest now, more structured than before. The puppy learns to sit, to stay, to come when called. But even as they learn, they test. They push against the boundaries, seeing what's truly required and what might be optional. It's not defiance, not really. It's learning where the edges are, understanding the rules of this world they're growing into. Adolescence, the teenage phase, 6 to 18 plus months. And then comes adolescence, that challenging bridge between puppyhood and adulthood. Hormones surge through the young dog's body, bringing changes both physical and behavioral. There's a new independence in their bearing, a sense that they're becoming their own creature, not just an extension of their family. During this phase, dogs may test rules they seem to have mastered. Commands they followed perfectly at 4 months might be suddenly ignored at 8 months. Training seems forgotten. Boundaries are pushed again and again. It can be frustrating, but it's also completely normal. The adolescent dog is figuring out who they are, what they can get away with, how the world responds to their choices. If not spayed or neutered, certain behaviors may intensify. Marking becomes more common, leaving scent messages on vertical surfaces. The urge to roam increases, curiosity pulling them farther from home. Interest in other dogs becomes more complex, tinged with new social and reproductive drives. These instincts are ancient and powerful, written deep into their biology. During this time, mental exercise becomes just as crucial as physical activity. A tired body is good, but a tired mind is even better. Puzzle toys, training sessions, new experiences, all of these help channel that adolescent energy into productive learning rather than destructive mischief. Adulthood, stability and routine. Eventually, the storm of adolescence passes. Somewhere between 1 and 3 years of age, depending on the dog's size, true adulthood arrives. It doesn't come all at once, but gradually, like the sun rising. The dog becomes more settled, more consistent, more fully themselves. Smaller breeds mature sooner, often reaching full adulthood by their first birthday. Large breeds take longer, sometimes needing 2 or even 3 years to fully develop. Giant breeds are the slowest of all, puppies in adult bodies for longer than you might expect. Adult dogs thrive on predictable routines, meals at the same time each day, walks following familiar patterns, rest periods woven into the rhythm of household life. This predictability isn't boring to them. It's comforting. It creates a sense of security, of knowing what comes next, of the world being stable and reliable. Dogs communicate in subtle ways during adulthood, more through body language than sound. They speak through scent, leaving chemical messages that other dogs can read like stories. They communicate with posture, the angle of their body telling you whether they're confident or uncertain. Their ears shift and swivel, telegraphing attention and emotion. Their tail becomes an expressive flag, the speed and height of its wag conveying nuanced feelings. That scent marking we mentioned before, it's not just about claiming territory, it's about sharing information. Where they've been, what they've eaten, their emotional state, even their health. All of this is encoded in the scents they leave behind. To other dogs, the world is covered in messages, in stories written in smell. Adult dogs often mirror the energy of their household. A calm, quiet home tends to produce a calm, quiet dog. An active, bustling household tends to produce a dog who matches that energy. They adapt to us, fitting themselves into the rhythms we create. They also develop favorite resting places, chosen with care. usually spots where they can observe the household, keeping track of their family while they rest. A corner of the living room with a view of the front door. A spot in the hallway where they can see multiple rooms. Even in rest, they're watching over their people, staying connected. Aging into the senior years, time continues its steady march. Between 7 and 10 years of age, depending on size and breed, dogs enter their senior years. Large dogs age faster than small ones, their senior years arriving sooner. But for every dog, eventually, age makes itself known. The metabolism slows down, burning energy less efficiently. Weight gain becomes easier, requiring careful attention to diet and portions. Where once they could eat freely without consequence, now every treat matters, every meal counts. Gray hair appears, usually first around the muzzle, then spreading to the face and eyebrows. It gives them a distinguished look, a gentleness around the eyes. Sleep increases, those long naps stretching longer, deeper. The senior dog might sleep 15 or 16 hours a day, their body requiring more rest to recover from even simple activities. Their nails may grow faster as activity levels naturally drop. Without as much walking and running to wear them down naturally, they need more frequent trimming. Small details like this become part of caring for an aging dog. Recovery takes longer now. After excitement, a visitor arriving, a car ride, a vigorous play session, the senior dog needs more time to settle back down. Their heart rate takes longer to return to normal. They might pant for longer, need more water, require a longer rest afterward. Temperature extremes become harder to handle. Hot days are more challenging, the senior dog seeking shade and cool floors. Cold days make joints ache, stiffness setting in more readily. They need our help regulating their comfort now, sweaters in winter, cool spots in summer. Regular veterinary checkups become more important than ever. Joint issues like arthritis are common, manageable with proper care. Dental problems can develop, requiring attention. Heart issues may emerge, subtle at first. Catching these things early makes all the difference in quality of life. Emotional changes and cognitive aging. Some senior dogs experience cognitive changes, a condition similar to dementia in humans. Canine cognitive dysfunction can bring confusion, disorientation. The dog might stand facing a corner, unsure how they got there or where they meant to go. Sleep patterns change, nights and days blurring together. Sometimes, house training that held solid for years begins to fail, not from stubbornness, but from genuine confusion. Accommodations help tremendously. Softer bedding eases aching joints. Ramps or steps provide access to favorite spots without painful jumping. Non-slip mats on hard floors prevent falls. These small adjustments make their world navigable again, despite limitations. Walks may become shorter but more frequent. Instead of one long walk, perhaps 3 short ones spread throughout the day. The senior dog still enjoys the adventure, the smells, the fresh air, just in smaller doses now. Many senior dogs become more attached to their primary caregiver, seeking that person's presence more often. There's a gentle dependency, a recognition perhaps that they need care, that this person provides safety and comfort. Even as senses fade, hearing diminishing, vision clouding, taste and smell becoming less acute, dogs still recognize their loved ones. Smell and touch remain longest. The scent of a familiar person, the feel of a familiar hand. These things transcend sensory decline. Love doesn't require perfect senses. Mental games and gentle enrichment help slow cognitive decline. Simple puzzle feeders, soft training sessions, calm new experiences, these keep the mind engaged, fighting against the fog of age. With proper care, understanding, and patience, senior dogs can remain happy and deeply connected throughout their final years. They may move slower, sleep more, need extra help. But that bond between dog and human, built over years of shared life, remains strong. They are still themselves, still present, still grateful for every moment of companionship.
And so the circle completes itself, from helpless newborn to playful puppy, from energetic adolescent to steady adult, and finally to the gentle senior. each stage precious, each moment part of the remarkable journey that is a dog's life.